What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Cinemaniac Central. It's your buddy Chris here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my review of the new Roadhouse.
Oh, they're not here to just watch.
Oh, cool. Well, that's hardly fair.
Why, it's not fair.
Oh, I just slapped you. Are you alright?
What?
So this is a remake of the 1989 original that starred Patrick Swayze, who plays a bouncer who's kind of famous around the bar scene and is hired by this bar owner who owns a bar called the Double Deuce to basically clean it up from all the bikers and the roughhousers, all this causing trouble and shit. And basically this new Roadhouse, it basically follows the same kind of story with some few different elements in there. Jake Gyllenhaal plays Dalton, who is an ex-UFC fighter who is hired by this bar owner in the Florida Keys to basically do the same thing that Swayze does in the original. And the name of the bar is called The Roadhouse. I mean, you don't have a fancy name or nothing. It's just plain Jane The Roadhouse, which is fine, you know. But basically, yeah, he does the same thing that Swayze does. And meanwhile, you have this land developer played by Billy Magnuson who's trying to take over the bar. And the woman that owns it, she's the last one that's basically holding out to give up this property. And so now, you know, Magnuson gets Conor McGregor basically to go in there with his guys and try to force Dalton out of there because he's basically screwing everything up. So, the movie basically follows the same kind of beats as the original. It definitely embraces that campiness that the original was known for. The original Roadhouse, this is a movie that I've only seen maybe 3 times in my life, including 2 times just recently in preparation for this new one. It's not a movie that I tend to watch a lot of, but I know that I recognize the fact that it's a cult classic for a reason. You know, it's a manly movie. You know, it's got a lot of fighting in it. You know, fight scenes are awesome and everything. It's a manly movie. It's a movie for men, a movie for dads, all that. So, and Swayze is fantastic in the role. And so when I heard that Jake Gyllenhaal was going to be casted as Dalton, I was like, I don't see that. As great of an actor as Jake Gyllenhaal is, I have not seen enough of his roles, and maybe that's the reason. You know, I have not seen enough of his roles to really believe that he could, you know, play that part. And now having seen this new Roadhouse, I have to tell you this: I was wrong. Definitely, I was pleasantly surprised. This was a very fun movie. I really enjoyed this version of Roadhouse. While it doesn't live up to the legacy of the original, it probably never will, it's still going to be just as much fun to watch as the original. And I think that Jake Gyllenhaal gives a terrific performance as Dalton. He definitely has that talent and has that charisma, that charming nature that Swayze kind of had too. At the same time, Swayze had that cool nature. That's kind of lost in this movie. It's kind of missing here. But Gyllenhaal makes it his own. He puts his own little unique spin on the character. He's charming and he's very charismatic and nonchalant. He has that kind of nice guy nature. Like 1 minute when it comes to confrontations, and then the next it just transitioned into ultimate badassery, and he's just throwing punches and kicks and everything. He's really kicking ass. So I really enjoyed that about his performance. As I said before, it's campy, it's cheesy, it embraces that campy nature that made the original so memorable, and it's terrific. As I said before, it follows the same kind of story as the original for the most part. It just has different elements. While the original is set in Missouri at a roller bar, you know, for the most part, here it's set in the Florida Keys, and so I like that. I like the change of scenery. The fact that this remake doesn't follow the same beats as the original, it doesn't copy and paste everything from the original and making it into a remake. It's refreshing. Also, I think Conor McGregor is very good in this movie. He's not somebody that I'm familiar with. I don't watch a lot of UFC fights or any of that. But I'm not even a wrestler type of guy. But I love action movies. I love action scenes. I like fight scenes like this, and I think Conor McGregor was great in this. He definitely gives that over the top hammy performance, as an antagonist, and I think he does a really good job here, especially with the fight scenes that involves him and Gyllenhaal, especially toward the third act. It's really good. And the fight scenes themselves, the fight sequences are really awesome. They're well choreographed. There's several moments during the fight sequences where you have like POV shots from Jake Gyllenhaal's perspective, so that's really good. That's really awesome. As far as my negatives for the movie, honestly, I think it's a bit too long. It runs at little over 2 hours, 2 hours and 4 minutes. I think it's just a little bit too long. The original is about 10 minutes shorter. I think this should have been about that length, maybe even shorter than that. I just think there's parts in it that just kind of drag. There's moments in here that I just don't think that needed to be that was necessary. And to be honest with you, I will specify that too. Billy Madison as a villain here, I just did not care for his performance at all. I just don't think he was all that interesting. I wanted more Conor McGregor than I wanted Billy Madison, to be honest with you. So I just didn't really care for him. The romance between Dalton and Ellie, the doctor, much like in the original, I didn't buy it. I didn't buy into it. There wasn't a whole lot explored in that, to be honest with you, to really be convinced of their chemistry and everything. And I really wasn't all that interested in it. I found Swayze and Kelly Lynch's romance in there a lot more interesting, as minute as it is, as small a role as it has. Even the interaction between Kelly Lynch and Sam Elliott at the diner when they're dancing to All My Exes Live in Texas. That's cool. But here, I don't know, it just seems like kind of just sprinkled in there just for the sake of, matching up with the original. So I just didn't care for it all that much. Overall, this is a fun movie. I was pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed this movie. It's a lot of fun. As I said, Jake Gyllenhaal is terrific in this. Conor McGregor is awesome. As I said, the fight scenes are great. Like I said, I just didn't care for Billy Madison's role or the romance between Dalton and the Doctor. So overall, I give this movie 3.5 out of 5. Definitely a remake that I think is worth a watch for sure. It is streaming on Amazon Prime and in select theaters, but from what I understand, it's best to see it in theaters. So if you have the chance to go see it in theaters, go check it out there. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this, hit the like button. Also subscribe if you haven't already for more content as I upload it. Also, follow me at Criticless. I'll have a link for that down below in the description. I have about 100 reviews on there, including this one. Go through those, check out those reviews. If you like any of those and you want me to do a review on any of those movies, let me know in the comments down below. Once again, I love you guys. You guys are the best, and I'll see you in the next one.